team ones, right?
Yeah, I will. What you're wearing when you ski, you practice, you're gonna get hot. Even on the days when it's -10, even when it's really cold, you're gonna get warm when you're working out, especially if you have layer or a lot of layers on. So you want to have multiple layers when you ski. My first year skiing, I was, as far as my attire, I mean, my teammates make fun of me. I wore combi skis that were like from 20 years old. I had poles that were too short. In my outfit, I wore a park football sweatshirt every practice, and I couldn't afford a hat, so I tore the sleeve off my shirt and wore it on my head. You don't want to be like that. He can prove this. You don't want, you want to play if you can, but if you can't get all this stuff, this is like the ideal. This is the ideal. This is the ideal here. That's what we want you to have. This is the best practice. But if you can't, it doesn't mean you can't join the sport. You just need to be smart what you're wearing. And especially with a winter like last winter, when it was so cold, then you need to be really aware of just what you are wearing and just be prepared. If clothing is an issue, you should talk to the coaches about it. Every year we get about 20 pieces of clothing that no one ever claims. And we can kind of help you guys out. But ideally you have layers and that you are at least warm. If it's not, if it's not synthetic, if it's cotton, you can live with that. Just don't fall down. Okay? We have a team race suit. We have separate ones for Park, Woodbury, and Eastridge, and we also have a brand new team suit for varsity this year. That will be what is our PWER suit. It's going to be a suit that combines all the colors and designs from all 3 schools, and they'll wear that. It's similar to what 196 does for their district team. They have separate schools, Apple Valley, Egan, yet they have the same race suit. It's awesome. I'll show it to you later. We're working on expanding that so we have more suits in the next couple of 4 years, so that'll be the only suit we use for the team. We also have team jackets. We have a new team jacket design for the PWER suit that matches it. And we have team jackets for the other 3 team colors and designs, the Park suit, the Woodbury, and the Eastridge. So we have jackets. We have a small collection of team jackets that we share. And when those are used up, you're then kind of on your own. But we have in the past allowed students to purchase jackets from the source, and we will do that too this year once we get a confirmed design for the new jacket. They are by no means something you have to have, but they are nice and they work well for training. But the suits we do provide you. The race suits, whether it's the new PWER suit or Eastridge, Woodbury, or Park suit, you will have the race suit to ski. So that's something you don't have to worry about. Places you can buy stuff. Those fine stores right there. Of those 3, the one that is on the top 3 bullet points, the one that's the best quality, the best products, the best customer service typically is Gear West. But Gear West is in, I believe, Plymouth, Minnesota.
Orono.
Oh,
Long Lake.
Orono, Long Lake. There you go. It's far away. And you don't want to go during rush hour. But you can go to a store to get skis. That's the place to go. If you can't, Finn Sisu is a store in Lauderdale, so it's right outside St. Paul. It's a great store. It's got deep roots in our community. It's got fantastic product and knowledgeable workers. It's just that Gear West is kind of like the largest, not the largest, but the most well-known Midwest ski store that there is. It has a certain level of pedigree to it, but Finn Sisu is great too. And if you're kind of looking for bargain buys, cheap combi skis or cheap apparel, kind of save some money for your first year skier, Joe's is great. And they even give us a check at the end of the year based on how much product is bought at the store. So we like if you buy there too. That's good.
Does Finn still give a discount if you say you're a high school team?
Ah, nice. Yeah. All 3 of these stores will give you a discount if you say you're skiing on a high school team. I believe it's like 20%.
Pretty good.
20% on all hard goods, skis, bindings, boots, poles, that kind of equipment, 20% off. You say you're a high school team, just tell them who you ski for. If you try to buy the brand new Swix jacket though, that's still full price. Okay? But for hard equipment, hard goods, you can get a nice discount there. This site right here, Skinny Ski, is the state site, kind of like Apple Raspberry Jam, in a way. It monitors race results and important news for Nordic skiing in the state of Minnesota and Wisconsin. So you have good information there. If you ever have any just questions outside of the team, JO races, or want to see results from other races, you can go to this website. And if I could ask you guys for any more money. These are items that you guys are, in order to ski Minnesota, in order to ski Minnesota, you have to have these items here. The first is the Washington County Park Pass. That needs to be on a vehicle if it parks in a Washington County park. So Lake Elmo, the ravine, when we ski there, your vehicle needs to have a pass. The annual pass costs $25. You get it once, it's good for the whole year. You can use the park pass in the summer, the fall, the spring, and the winter. If you are carpooling, and you are like a ninth grader, so you're never going to drive, you can chip in money and help out your person that's driving you to purchase one of these passes they put on their vehicle. So you get creative with it, but all vehicles need this. If you don't have it, the sheriff will come, and he will give you a ticket. He's done it to me, so do it to you. Minnesota State ski trail passes. To ski any of the state trails in Minnesota, any of the trails, you have to buy these. There was some confusion last year if you were a high school athlete, did you need to get it? If you didn't, I conferred with the activities director at Woodbury that you do need this. You can purchase this at Lake Elmo. So we go to practice there, you can get one there. You can also go purchase it online. You can purchase it online too. Won't need that till snow comes, but you definitely want it. If you're under the age of 16, don't worry about it. You get a buy. You get a pass on. And then the wax tags. This is kind of nice, actually. Instead of you buying wax, because in order to go fast on your skis, you have to wax them up. You can't just hop on the boards and go. You'll be slow. You need to put a layer of wax on so you can go faster in certain types of snow. And it can be very expensive. So you want to buy good wax, fast wax. So to kind of cut that expense from you, we have a team collection of wax for glide and for classic skiing, for skate and classic. And if you pay 20 bucks up front, you can use the team selection when you want to wax your skis. This ends up saving, any ideas, guys, on the numbers for this? Coaches, Dale?
Well,
on their end?
Lucky if you can buy one bar wax for 20 bucks, really.
You're saving a lot of money by doing this. So this is for you guys. It's kind of a nice way to kind of pool resources together. And the Booster Club helps with this wax as well, which is incredibly helpful. So that's the wax tags. The $35, I'm trying to remember, do we have, if you were from a family, multiple skiers, like a cut rate price? It's like you have like 5 kids, you're not paying them 5 times for it?
Good question.
No.
We can figure that out. Yep.
We are open-minded to large families. So we can discuss that. We're not here to take money away from you guys if you have multiple kids on the team. So Mackenzie's, don't worry. That's this. All right. Almost done here. A couple more slides. Team policies, expectations. I mean, we want to be competitive. We want to be good. And our goal, our mission statement is to create a footprint of Nordic skiing in the South Washington community. Okay? South Washington County, we want this to be an area people think about Nordic skiing. We want what's going on in Stillwater. People think Stillwater, think endurance sports, cross-country running, and Nordic skiing. We want that here. And that's the end game goal, is that people think about Nordic skiing and they think about this area of Minnesota, and that there's a strong program and great skiers who are committed to furthering the sport even after they're done skiing in high school. Along with, to do that, we need to get a more competitive high school team and be, compete at a high level. On your end, we just want you as athletes to come to practice happy and willing to work. So whatever baggage you have when you come to practice, it's hard, you leave it. You're at a happy, safe place with your teammates. Come ready to have fun and to ski. Come ready to get better. So that's what we want. And it's going to be tough when it's -20 for the 4th straight day. But that's an expectation. And that's why you're on the team. And so that's just kind of something simple right there. This year we'll be putting athletes into 3 training groups. They'll be split up after the 2nd week. There'll be a varsity group. There will be what we call the development group, and new skiers. New skiers, you know where you're going. Development group is returning skiers who are not quite the varsity level. We're working on increasing their speed, their technique. So we have 3 groups, and each group will get a group of coaches that they work with all the time. And that'll be their coaches, so we'll have consistency. And although it's nice seeing all the coaches every day and working with them all, you will have one coach you will always check in with every day, who will always give you instruction, and you will have, again, more contact that way. So it's good from a competitive standpoint. Attendance and check-ins with your one coach. You are expected to check in and to check out every day. And this year we'll have a pretty clear attendance policy. You need to be at practice. And if you're not, you need to let us know why ahead of time. Not afterwards, ahead of time. So attendance and checking in, something you can do very easily to start every practice at the end of practice. And we have a zero tolerance with bullying and any inappropriate or illegal behavior. And so if the coaching staff hears about anything, we'll discuss it with the athletes, but if it's a major crisis, we will just remove you from the team. There's these sort of bullying issues. My favorite part about being on this team in high school was that I played football my entire high school career. And then my senior year I went out for Nordic skiing. And this is before Easter, it was Park in Woodbury, I went to Park. And we were going to practice, looking at that guy's face. The first time we had Woodbury and Park together, I said, I ain't going to be friends with any of those Woodbury kids. And by the time the season was over, my best friends on the team were the Woodbury skiers. And I think it's something that in a community that's been kind of divided, not to be political, by boundaries and haves and have-nots and other sorts of politics, this team is great because we can come together and train through fun together. And so the last thing we want to see is any kind of bullying kind of ruin that. And one more thing for the Michigan trip. Last year we had roughly 70 kids go. And that was great. Fun experience. It was not terribly effective from a training standpoint. So we are putting a cap on the number of skiers that are going this year. With chaperones and coaches included, we'll have space for 55 people on the Michigan trip. Last year the team was over 100 athletes large, so it is coach's discretion about who goes on this trip. So that is a change in policy. Work hard, ski hard, and we'll see what happens for those spots. Lettering policy, race varsity at conference and or sections, no unexcused absences. Doesn't mean you can't be gone. You need to communicate why you're not there. It's not a hard thing to do. You all got in the internet, send it to me. And don't violate any sort of MSHL rules. Okay. Transportation. There are no junior high buses this year. Budget cuts. They're not there. So if you have a junior high athlete, it is up to the parent of the athlete or the athlete itself to find a ride from their location to the practice sites. We as a coaching staff, as a booster club, can't organize carpooling. It's a liability. If we tell 5 athletes to travel with somebody and somebody gets in a car accident, we could be at fault for this. And so we're not allowed to do it because we'd like to kind of help out and help give some structure to it. So for transportation, that is up to athletes and their parents to kind of organize how they're getting from spot to spot. This is a very unique hurdle with Nordic skiing because we have the 3 schools at different locations and it varies. But we have great ways of communicating. We have very supportive parents who in the past have always risen to the task of helping out with carpooling and who are good at balancing schedules and finding a chance when someone can fill in for Tuesday, they can cover Thursday. I'm telling you right now, as much as I'd like to help you with this, I can't. So, but after today, this is a great chance to get phone numbers. There's an email list which we'll share later. You can get hold of people, and through that list, you can find carpooling circuits and kind of get together. But again, we can't put you with certain people. I don't want to steal their thunder, but our booster club is amazing. They do all these things to make the Michigan trip even possible. Their fundraising, their planning, ordering the bus, comes from them. To purchase our new suits, that is all from the booster club. And 3 years ago, I laughed at the idea of new suits for this program. And it's hard to imagine getting more suits. And they've made it possible to get a whole new set of suits and to keep growing onto it, and have been very proactive here. And a lot of the great things we get to experience, the team dinners, the food at the meets, the pursuit race, it comes from the booster club. And they're always present at the races. And so if you see them, and they'll get a chance to kind of point themselves out a little bit here, thank them. You could be done after your race, and you see them in passing, thank you. Just say thank you. They do so much for this program and this team. So, just make sure they understand, they realize that you appreciate what they do. Our captains, Hart, Molly House, can you stand up? Woodbury, Kat and Paul Henning. And then Eastridge, Jake Favreau, Taylor Funk, who I think can't be here.